Santa Monica is where we are, where we still are, where we always are when we're live with ECS. Have you been on the wheel? You must have been on the wheel, Dan.
I haven't been on the wheel.
You haven't been on the wheel?
No. I've been on the wheel in Disneyland though.
I went on the wheel with a friend of mine. I mentioned it before, but there was excuse me, a CS fan who was doing like a magic show on the pier. And I walked past with a friend of mine, and he kind of was talking to me, but through a speaker, which I wasn't a fan of. So I was like, no, it's not me.
He's calling you out in
I'm
front
not
of
James
everyone.
Bardoff. I just carried on walking, but then I felt bad and came back. Because I thought he was going to try and make me part of a trick, you know? I'm not trying to be an exhibition on the street, man. So I was caught off guard, but then I went to say hello afterwards. I love engaging fans, but mainly not through when they're through a speaker. If I'm through a speaker, it's fine. That's kind of double standards, isn't it? I suppose. Maybe.
Yeah.
In some ways. I guess there's an argument, but it probably isn't really. Anyway, we're back. I'm sure most of you were watching a very enjoyable game of NIP and Big, which finished off Nuke. Sorry, I have like, with asthma, right? Sometimes if you drink like a cold drink and it triggers your cough, you can feel the cough kind of rising, and there's like action here. And if it gets to here, I'm going to start coughing. So I'm trying to stop that from happening. That requires your breath in weird places. But so bear with me on that. It'll go away shortly. I get the Roy boss on the go, and everything will calm down. Anyway, so we had some grip tape. We have some grip tape here on the table. Now we've got some Scotch tape. So if you're wondering what the hell's going on here, if we go top-down cam, we've got various badminton grips. Ooh, let's change the. This is one of my watches. I'm gonna sell this watch because it never gets enough wrist time. Anyway, the badminton grip doesn't have tape on it because you're supposed to like wrap it around a racket. So I have got myself. Move the ugly mug away. Got myself some double-sided tape so I can tape it to the side of my mouse, because when you wear down a mouse, like where the thumb is and like on the thumb and the other side, I want more grip. I put tape on, not grip tape, but we bought some grip tape to try this out. So you'll see the results on my Twitter, but I've got the double-sided tape which literally just arrived, to continue this adventure. So if you are interested, some players do ask me actually sometimes to see a picture of my mouse and it's got green tape all over it, and now it's going to have badminton grip on it instead. So indeed, this is my diary. Of course, I have my annual diary engraved with my initials because I'm a very particular person. By the way, since NIP were just on Exist, who used to be on NIP, he lost this pen at MLG Columbus. This pen was given to me by, well, not at MLG Columbus, but it was given to me by my ex-girlfriend as a birthday present, which I'm still very fond of. But I let him sign a check with it, and he left it in the restaurant and lost it. And then I bought it again. And since then, I've lost it about 8 times. He started something which has proven to be very expensive, because these are about $40, $45 each. Anyway, it's time to get into the action. Can we get into the action? We need to look at the bracket and see where we are with things. Where are we with things here in North America? We've got a lot of action to come for you. Semi-final number 2. Looking at semi-final number 1, it was Furia versus Cloud9. Cloud9 came out on top, and they make it to the final tomorrow. But who will they be facing? It'll either be Complexity or the likes of Evil Geniuses. Complexity were actually kind enough to send me a little care package with a hoodie, which looks really cool. It's a nice blue hoodie with their logo on, and I wear it on planes, and people think like I'm an athlete of some description, which is fantastic. I don't mind the attention. It's not too much attention, just a little bit. But that's kind of cool. So that's the action we have for you today. Complexity and Evil Geniuses. One of those two will be facing Cloud9 tomorrow for a place at LAN. And where is the LAN? The LAN is in Arlington, Texas, very close to Dallas. That's where our finals are going to be in late November, early December. All the information can be found ecs.faceit.com. You've got 2 days of action for the live crowd. Get down there. Check out the esports arena. Thanksgiving weekend. There's going to be some crazy football just down the road as well. I got to see a half of it during the finals last time. It was pretty amazing. The atmosphere was nuts. It's a big stadium, a lot of people going down there, and that means a lot of drinking afterwards, if that is your forte. Not particularly mine, but anyway, there is Counter-Strike action to be had in Arlington. You can also see where JFK got assassinated. It's just an Uber ride away. Still marks on the floor. I was going into town in Dallas, and the driver said to me, "Do you want to see where JFK got domed?" That's what he said.
Grassy knoll.
That's what he said. So yeah, It is just, it's really weird when you see where he got shot from. It really is like 15 meters away from where the X is on the ground. It's kind of bizarre because you look at the movies like 24 or something, when someone gets assassinated from like the other side of a massive road, you know, and you just hit and the bullet goes through. It really wasn't like that. It was very, very, it was all close together. But anyway.
Did he have a theory of who did it?
He probably did, but my memory does not extend that far.
You definitely should ask.
I mean, we had a conversation with him, but I don't remember. Anyway, it's time for the veto. Complexity and Evil Geniuses. Where will we be playing? Overpass is where things will start off. Inferno will be the second map, and the third, Desert Cider. Where are we going with it? Mirage. Actually, the Bears has been spamming me to download the YPRAC maps from the workshop. I don't know if you've played them before. The YPRAC maps.
No, what's that?
They're these really epic maps where you're in a room and you can decide if you want to practice flashbangs, molotovs, pre-fire, all kinds of different things on a map, and then you jump on the middle and it'll give you either lineups for grenades or pre-fire spots of bots. It's amazing.
That sounds really,
and I've been doing it on
really
Overpass.
sick.
It's really, really nutty, which is why I'm trying to spam 3 clicks Philip to make videos about all the interesting maps on the workshop, because obviously some of these kind of skin advertisements are burying the quality content, but the work put into those maps is absolutely bananas. Honestly, it's unreal.
Yeah, it's robust. It's all inclusive.
Yeah.
It's got a ton of maps, a whole bunch of features for any play style.
The level of polish is maximum.
So what's it called?
YPRAC.
YPRAC?
The letter Y, P-R-A-C.
Oh.
I'll show you in a break. Honestly, you'll be shocked at how good they are. But yeah, I do want to kind of highlight those things, but now is not the time. We need to go into predictions. Complexity and Evil Geniuses. I mean, for me, I think you have to favor EG because of their ranking. Obviously, the state Complexity are in at the moment is a state of building blocks, Duplo, going up the stairs. They need to get under the waterfall, get that kind of meditation going, and continue to build. Essentially, what do you think, Ron?
I'm gonna have to go with Evil Geniuses as well. They're, I mean, we saw their previous series. I mean, they're a star-studded lineup. I mean, Breezy is playing insane right now.
Yeah.
They have Ethan as well. Cirque, I mean, he's arguably the best opera right now in NA. Tarek is a major winner. You got Stanislaw, just a proven veteran. I mean, they are looking really, really good. But Complexity, they're showing good signs. I really like the pickup from Blame F.
Yeah.
Statistically, he's leading the team. And when I watch him play, he's very smart, like very, very smart. He's always mid to late game. You'll watch him make plays. He finds the gaps. He knows when to advance, when not to. So I'm interested to see how well he does versus a star-studded lineup like EG.
I am a big fan of Complexity, but I think they're going to get smashed.
Okay.
So that's just the way of the world right now. But yeah, I think they are an exciting team. Really, obviously, there's a lot of eyes on them with the new pickups. So looking forward to seeing the evolution, and this is going to be a good. We're seeing the baseline right now. So for there already to be promising signs is definitely very interesting. So
Sliggy, are you going with the UK boys plural because Keita is in the back for Complexity as well?
I really want to, but I just don't believe that.
Waste man. He does it with Smee, but he can't do it for Complexity. He's flippy floppy.
That's actually true. Yeah.
I know. It's. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah.
Keita's a close personal friend. He will be informed of this.
He will be.
He was not close personal friend of mine, but of his for sure.
Yeah.
Keita is cool though. We've had him in the back end of our studio many times, but I think he's in a place where he can put his skills to best use. He's an underrated nerd of the game. Sean Grills knows how nerdy he is. Are you familiar with Keita much?
I know he's been around for a while, and I've heard that from him, that reputation. He's a demo nerd, and he's been around for several years now.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what Complexity are able to do. And at some point, Complexity are going to have the upsets. At some point, they're going to start winning matches that on paper they're supposed to lose. Maybe that starts now. Probably too early. And again, EG are a team where there aren't many holes. I think they have a close to perfect roster. And they have great synergy. Honestly, I think putting Stan in there for Daps is such an upgrade. No offense to Daps, but I think Stan just has different facets to his game. Like there's more different types of dynamic play from him. We saw some early games of Nuke where you could clearly see the difference in the individual play and how because Daps takes the back seat, for example, and tries to enable his players, where Stan will use his position to take an advantage. He has like his awareness and the feeling with experience, as we spoke about before previously. he will know when there's an opportunity to make a forward play, let's say like have more aggression on the CT side, and he will deliver things that other people in his spot wouldn't even think about.
Yeah, he's got. It's almost like you have 6 players on a team, because it used to be so much that your in-game leader was like that's a guy, and then you've got your 4 other guys. But it feels like Stansel, provides the direction for the team, but he also has so much utility when it comes to those situations you're talking about. You got a guy that can do the hard lurk stuff really, really well, and he's very good at just sitting on the sidelines and waiting for not only just enabling his teammates who will do all the flashy stuff, but then he always is putting himself in positions too when he's like best capable to deal with those situations, which is those super late round situations where you don't necessarily want the guy with the best mechanics. You want the guy who's going to make the smartest choices, and he hits the shots. Like he's got this very cold, kind of calm demeanor to him.
Yeah.
It's really, really born to clutch.
Yeah, when you watch him play, it's fairly boring. There's nothing flashy about it. It's very just like by the book, but it works, and it delivers in pressure situations.
Well, this is reasonable. 69% for EG from the user predictions. I think 30, like people are kind of misled by the numbers of percentages. But I think 31% is pretty solid for complexity at this stage. But let's see what Pinnacle are thinking. How heavy a favorite are EG going to be? A pretty big one for sure. And that's great. I think in this kind of situation with a team who are coming up, like Complexity, where you're basically building from ground zero, if you're really paying attention and you're focusing on their matches, then you can be rewarded with odds like this. And let's not forget, before we get into things, that on Caffeine, there are the community commentators streaming this as well. So if you want to see people who are up and coming or dipping their toes into commentary, you will find some of those on caffeine.tv right now. I believe the knife is live. The game is live, in fact. So we'll get straight into it, into the action.
Obo. Going to be interesting to see his development as a player. One of the new young talents that's been a lot of people have been investing a lot of faith into. So we got one of the older talents from the UK, and Stickle, as slick he is, didn't want to put a vote in for Complexity, even though that's playing.
And Keita.
And Keita.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Double the amount of that. That's on big when it comes to the UK. Shocking stuff. 3 plays remain for Complexity. Blamef racing back to the A bomb site. Can he get there in time? Perhaps he can, because evil geniuses are slowing things down. They've turned off the treadmill. Moving through the toilets ever so slightly, carefully. Tariq and Stan have a lot of utility. They could smoke off the choke points on the A bomb site. I wonder where the Molotov would go. Maybe behind the default plant spot. That's a common place for a Molotov. Where is it going, Stan? Not there. Not going much of anywhere, to be honest. Man advantage retained for EG. Smoke in the middle, actually, instead of in the bank position. So they've got quite the plan here, EG. Blamef by the bank. Shazam trying to creep through the smoke. Shazam is a pistol god, let's not forget. And definitely his time to shine now. 3 versus 3 as Blamef takes out Breeze.
Yeah, this is a pretty decent look going into this retake now. The USPs will definitely pay off at these ranges.
They have no kit though.
Make the kills happen quickly. And they are forcing the issue. And oh wow, that's a very important pick, getting Ethan, the furthest player. And that looked a lot easier than it really should have been.
Yeah. They realized that they didn't have a kit and they have to go for the kills. And just barely getting it in time. And that's a great start from Complexity. That's a round that you give to EG most times. And they're able to advance and get those kills, and that's a big one that opens up the retake. And now Obo and Blamef, they realize that they have to push, clear everything out, get the defuse.
Did you guys see the David and Goliath post with Obo and
Yeah.
The 16x9 and 4x3.
Yeah, there are scale issues. Scale issues there, or at least a contrast, not necessarily issues. Obo's a very young gentleman, but if he wants some training in the gym, then he is most certainly in the right place. If he wants to get wedge, as we would say in the UK, especially people on the UK side for Complexity, who haven't been supported by Sliggy.
Yeah.
In this match.
It's pretty disappointing, isn't it?
I know, it really is, isn't it? It's shocking stuff. It will be noted. Probably voted for Brexit.
I heard that.
In fairness, I actually have no idea how to vote out while overseas.
Postal vote. Bosh. So Complexity not playing too far back on the sites, which I am a big fan of in a round like this. To get a couple kills before the players make it onto the site. There's some good angles, especially with how powerful swings are with an MP9. You've got great movement speed, so when you go for those wide swings, especially against a pistol, if they don't hit that first shot or two, you've already unleashed about 5 or 6 bullets into them by the time they've missed one shot. So it can be pretty damn advantageous. So the 2-0 for Complexity, and one thing that Sliggy was telling me that to make sure that we watch out for, definitely not Cater of Death. He said don't worry about those guys, but you should definitely watch out for Blame F. It's going to be going 2015 lurk style. You're going to see some hard lurks from Blame F.
Look forward to it. I think this is the first game I've commentated of this new look Complexity. EG starts slow. I think they 2-0'd Complexity in the recent weeks.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there'll be a repeat performance though. Definitely something to be learned from. I love this boost. Don't see it often enough. I think you'd only do this maybe twice and a half. Definitely don't want to overuse it. Definitely gonna have a look upstairs.
Yeah, they still don't have bathroom or long control, and their time's running down. A minute remaining. This is a big trade here. Who sees it? Def. Oh, this is a fight. He had the angle though.
Yeah, I think he was almost using the open door as a bait in that situation to get the jump, and he did get the jump, but he didn't get the frag.
But still, EG don't have anything except that kill going for them right now. Limited positioning. And Complexity have a 2-man setup around Monster Tunnel here with the MP9s. I'm really hoping that Rush finds success with this team. I feel like he's been the most unlucky professional player in Counter-Strike.
Oh, look at that smoke from Ovo. 25 seconds left on the clock. He was holding the smoke in that short B position. That could be so useful. How on earth can they possibly do this? Okay, Rush is going to get swung on by Stan. That's a great awareness from him. Shazam trying to delay things. 13 seconds to plant this bomb. Does Shazam go for it, trying to stop the plant? He stops it for now. 10 seconds. It gets even more desperate. Can they find the right angles to even stop the Shazam from stopping the plant? The plant will be made, but Shazam with the pre-fire through the corner will save the round for Complexity. I have to credit though Stan for swinging on the monster position with the smoke up before his teammates ran to their doom. I think most teams are just going to run and die there, and they won't even get far enough to plant the bomb.
And also credit to Shazam, he played that extremely well in a position where he goes down to low HP quite quickly, manages to keep the pressure on without giving up his life.
Yeah, and that fake advancement there, allowing, or that scared Cirque from committing to the first plant, and that gave enough time for Shazam's teammate to rotate.
EG trying to capitalize on the damage they did in the round prior. Don't have all the grenades in the wall, but they've got rifles, they've got Kriegs, they've got personnel. Moving into the short B position, it's a fast one. Got grenades flying all over the place, inviting variants. Rush has to find more than one. Obo will help him out. There's the multi from Obo. That will do for now. 4 versus 2, trying to buy time. Obo down to 1 HP, Rush on 16. Obo won't last very long, but he's bought time for the rotation. Rush hiding by the barrels now. There's the distraction. Does Rush peek? Indeed he does. Great play. Either Rush or Obo needed more than one frag. Obo delivered. Bought time for the rotation. Numbers game increases for Complexity. No bomb plant for EG, and it's 4-0 for Cole.
I have to say, it would be really surprising if this Complexity lineup, just for whatever reason, just clicks really well and then becomes an extremely dominant force in North America, let's just say, because then finally for Complexity they'll get some fortune with the teams that they've been trying to build. But also it's so cool because we see EG they managed to swoop in and pick up a really good lineup, and it's been made even better with Stanislaw. So you got these really tenured orcs that I feel like should have an incredibly good Counter-Strike team getting there, and yeah. I for one wanted that from Complexity for a long time, and I've wanted EG back in for a long time.
Yeah. Look at what's happening with like 100 Thieves and Call of Duty. One of the biggest names in that game, unable to field a team. It's nice to see the classic names in CS with fresh opportunities.
And I think Complexity's on the right track. I think the Blame F pickup, I hear that the buyout was just enormous. So they took a huge risk, but so far, he's made a fan of me. From all the games I've watched him play, he seems super talented. He seems to have made an immediate impact with this Complexity team. You know, someone that steps in and definitively applies a system. So everyone's organized and prepared for these matches, and they're looking solid so far.
Yeah, it seems like I haven't got as much experience watching him as I have with Stanislaw. We see on screen right now, he's looking for the clutch. It's gonna be very difficult.
Oh,
very
the
nice.
combo!
I was gonna say that Blame F, from the things that the limited times I've seen him, does remind me of Stan a little bit, just in terms of Stan again is that clutcher, is that smart player, is that lurker, but also is the guy that wants to lead the direction of the team. So there are some similarities between those two.
I think, yeah, I've previously coached Stanislaus, so I'm very familiar. I worked with him for 6 to 8 months. Yeah, he's definitely one of those in-game leaders where he wants the full control. He needs everyone to believe in his system and trust it. And I feel like Blame F is the same type of player. And when you have your entire team believing in a system and trusting it and going with it, you can advance much quicker.
Completely agree. Everyone needs to be on the same page. Everyone needs to understand Counter-Strike the same. Everyone needs to know or read the same conclusion from the information they get.
That's a cool setup from Complexity. They triple contested blue, and then they instantly fell back to A, and now they're doing a trap at long A. So you can definitely tell that they came with a game plan. They have setups from beginning to mid round. You know, you just kind of confuse. You know, they're taking extra time here, taking bathrooms in mid.
Looking to keep the clean sheets. Complexity. There were some great examples in the NRG days with DAPS on the CT side of how they enabled Cirque around the toilets area, but now we can see how Complexity approach the same. They're trying to fall back, no time for the grenade. Great awareness, pulls this gun straight back out again, knows what the situation is, and he delivers with some help from Blame F. 1 kill in response. Cirque trying to get his Jungle Boy impression on, swinging onto the flowers, doesn't quite work out, he gets taken out. 2 players remain for EG, maybe 1 spotted as they approach A.
Bash is coming in, and I don't know if 2 players might be too little to break this with the time that's on the clock, and Ethan tapping away, but they've either got to force the issue to get the damage, or they have to fall back. And looks like they'll begin to fall back here. There's the hunt. Complexity don't want to allow this. Cirque actually seemed unaware of Blame F being there. I think they read that the grenade came from the site and not from that position. But Def he maintained a very scary but very strong angle.
Yeah.
That they didn't seem to either anticipate in that fight. So that was also great stuff from Def. And that long trap ended up working out beautifully well. 6-0 now. Complexity are and they're only looking like they're just getting started. It doesn't even feel like they're doing this with any gimmicks. Just super strong CT side game plan, as you said.
Blame F spotting through the smoke, patient, punishing the sound. It's a quick reload. The HE, great support. He's been good with the utility so far. Then there was Tarek. He has a Krieg, looking to do something. He could even find 2. The gun is so fast. He's alive. He can collect the bomb. And with a Krieg, he is extremely dangerous. There is a lot for him to do. I think this is maybe the best weapon to have in a 1vx situation, because it's just shreds through people. It's so fast, reloads fast. Creeping towards long. I suppose it's the most versatile weapon in the game at the moment, with the scope. Up he goes. Did he spot the jump? Was he spotted? Maybe this time. Looks like it. Instant reaction from Def. Shazam starts to creep as well. 40 seconds, still plenty of time. He'll go for the longer rotation, it seems. Tiobo looking around, moving into position. Probably heard the footsteps, definitely has now. Keep an eye on a reaction on the radar. Look how Complexity move forward. Rotation towards B for rush, just in case. And looks like Tarek will try to hide in plain sight. Now, how much will they invest into this? Because they still need to secure their own money. They are chasing though, but this could prove very expensive for the CTs. And it won't. Just one more player lost, 7-0 for Complexity.
I was actually surprised they didn't try to kill him after time, because they knew specifically where he was.
Yeah, there's only 10 seconds.
And they could split it too, so it's a guaranteed kill. Yeah, that's what I thought they were gunning for, but either way, they do get the kill. A kill after time in that spot is actually quite devastating too, because Tarek would have only had $300, and that would have completely just messed up the money for EG, but...
Evil Geniuses are calling a timeout. They need to figure out what they're going to do. They don't have a single round at 7-0. Complexity looking really strong. I'd love the change of pace, pushing connector and then trap long, and then next round you peek over the smoke with the flash. Really keeping Evil Geniuses on their toes. And if I'm EG here, I'm either doing a slow default and try to take long and bathroom control a little bit faster, or I'm working blue to short and then ending with a B split.
They got a AWP in tow. A lot of teams, when they run out of ideas on Overpass, just go to a B set piece as well. Pick a temperature Shazam, you'll get flames out of there. Definitely for the assist. And Complexity are happy to fight here. Decent position. That's a beautiful pick going onto Shazam. Leaving Def in a 1 versus 2, in which he's unable to succeed. BlameF almost tossing that. That would have been pretty good, but he doesn't want to concede his position. I think that was the main reason he didn't throw that one.
Yeah, he's in a potential flanking spot if they continue to pursue the A bomb site. He's falling back. You can hold an off angle, but as you can see, Ethan and co all looked for the off angle. Because you can stand in there and face connector, you can have the off angle to catch people off guard as they go outside the toilets. You do have the shadow advantage if they go inside the toilets. But again, he's got the sound cues. His teammates can rotate towards the A-bomb site, and he's going to start flanking now. If he stays on the inside, he might catch a T looking on the outside at connector. Cirque is going to be the first one to drop. Now he's just going to keep that presence there, rotate towards long. Obo's been lost on the site in the meantime, and we've got Rush standing in the smoke looking for the bomb planter, but can he stay alive because there's toilets possession by Ethan. There's BlameF now with the flashbang. They know where he is, but the bomb needs to be collected. It can be planted by the truck or on the other side of default. There's a cover. Does he jiggle in the right places? He spins past. That's a beautiful play from BlameF, but Ethan is fast enough to trade the frag, and Evil Geniuses have finally found their first round.
And only one player surviving, and their money's hurt. So this is a must-win for Evil Geniuses. Complexity, they made the right read. It was 3v4, and they decided to stack all their players in A. Made the right read. Now, Evil Geniuses, if she Stanislaw with UMP, yeah, their money's hurt. They have to win this round.
Yeah, I agree. It was you know, a few choices from BlameF, but he executed it really well. It's very cool to watch that. Those bathroom flanks extremely dangerous. And now Complexity are anticipating a B action early in the round, leaving A to Shazam. And generally with EG often working a slow pace, it's very safe for Complexity to open a round like this. But now that there's been some amount of noise towards A, Complexity will rotate BlameF towards A to support Shazam. And interestingly, you know, we haven't seen Complexity play ultra passive and just force EG to a set piece and then see how that goes. And given that EG don't have an enormous degree of utility, it might be quite weak if they go for a set piece. And Complexity, they're holding on to a lot of utility right now. If you look at the fact that it's 45 seconds left on the clock right now, there is a lot of utility on Complexity.
Yeah, this is worrying if you're EG. They know they got to pick up the tempo here and the pace. And there's tons of flashes here, so if Complexity can get a nice timing flash and clear these angles, They're gonna be able to stop it, and Evil Geniuses are gonna have Stanislav fake A here, so Blame if can get this kill. He can call that it's clear.
Oh my god! How do you win that duel with UMP when you're looking at the site? Unreal. But Complexity aren't rotating really. They have position for the flank, in fact. Obo looking for more. Are more trades required? Again, they put that late smoke in the monster position. They're really holding on to that well. Something Astralis used to be infamous for on Inferno, for example, those late smoke grenades, which are ruinous. And Stan is just forced to face the floor. All the flattened grass on the cobblestones. 8-1 for Complexity. It's a fantastic start. This is the kind of start you want to see. You want to see the team who are much stronger on paper have to deal with adversity.
Yeah, and it's interesting because EG just aren't able to find edges in the way that they want. I don't think we've really seen a round where maybe it's been like the one round in which they won where they had an advantage going into the bomb site take.
Yeah, Complexity certainly setting the pace and the tempo, and that early aggression on those first few gun rounds. But here we go, we're gonna B-pop, and that's a big kill.
It really is. Obo trying to create some space, but is it too late? The T's have advanced the position in terms of this smoke already, but his timing is perfect. Rotating, catching the bomb carrier off guard. The 2K from Obo. 3K in total. 9-1 for Complexity. Man like Obo, he's so young.
Yeah.
And he's got that snappy aim, that like 17, you can tell like his aim is just crisp, spot on. He's got really quick reaction speed. His mechanics look solid.
He's got those African fibers.
I've done that DNA test and I have like 0.0, 0.1.
Yeah, Nigeria?
I didn't say. It's just said of that like area, the descent. That
Somewhere
area.
with the brothers.
And I had like 0.5% Norway as well.
Okay.
Really proud of that.
They got great landscapes in Norway.
Official Scandi.
Yeah, just to finish my train of thought that I was saying earlier about Complexity, they're setting the pace early that they're fighting for mid. They're, forcing EG to spend extra time taking the map, which leaves them barely any time to finish the round. Evil Geniuses, they haven't been able to take full map control at a pretty decent pace, and then allowing them to transition to A or B.
After that round that they won, their economy was so bad that they couldn't even afford full utility in the first place, so that made it even harder. So yeah, everything's going badly for them, but Complexity are playing really tight, really solid right now, so I'm definitely impressed. And if we have a faster pace here from EG, they're taking Connector fairly quickly. Everyone from Complexity having a good time here. Maybe will there be a pop flash? There it is. There's an... You can see Tarek almost dodging that flash, but Rush still picks up the kill. Here is the response there from Breeze. He'll push forwards from Monster to split from short as well, but look how many CTs are here. They're ready to just shut it down. They've got the rotation. Sure, they don't have the kills, but there's no plant that's possible just yet. EG have to kind of push forwards and get the kills. They're going to try to do so. Starting to attack the water position, trying to boost above as well. It's starting to work out for them. It's in swing step. Trade is positive though. Shazam starts to come into action with the AWP, and things are looking better now for Complexity. Again, the bomb unable to plant that. It's on the ground at the moment. Now just down to Ethan. And with Shazam with that AWP, it's extremely dangerous for Ethan. Every single peek could be his last as he tries to find an angle. You know, Shazam is far away. Even with the scope on the creek, Shazam's going to nail it. Oh, I love that response for Complexity. They don't say, hey, we're going to challenge you, we're just going to smoke you off.
Yeah.
Going to smoke this off.
They did a great job rotating out of this position as well. They all fell back into the CT water rather than just spreading out, assuming they can go back to barrels and so on. Breeze swinging through Monster sees absolutely no one. He's got no one to try and take advantage of because they're so disciplined on Complexity to fall back to safety, to what they know is okay, and not just to make any assumptions.
Yeah, that was really beautiful.
Yeah, it's impossible to plant when there's 5 CTs still remaining. So just stalling them long enough, waiting for the smokes to clear, and then you don't have any safe way to plant.
Yeah, and late on, Blameth rotating out of CT water up the hill to Shazam's right-hand side, so Shazam holds left with the AWP, and EG think he's still in the water in most cases, including that case. So again, the awareness and the focus and the discipline have been great from Complexity so far. They lead Evil Geniuses 10-1. And EG are on pistols. 1 flashbang and 2 smoke grenades. Looks like an A play. And Complexity are not just going to sit on this. You can see Blamef is almost all the way through long. Sitting on the boulder for now. Has support from Shazam if required. I love when teams don't always just sit on the advantages and anti-eco and will still take position and make confidence plays. Again, it's like Fnatic at their strongest. Oh, has circumvented. Oh, he's fallen back already. But now seeing Shazam fall back, they'll have no idea where Blamef is. Able to do something, Cirque, but can Blamef activate in time? He's miles away from the action on the A bomb site. 2 kills now for EG. And there may be something in this for them.
Yeah, there's some utility to be used though, and time and a flank. So much to be done by Complexity. That HE might actually find its mark. Actually looks like it goes too deep. Ethan will go for the challenge. They're trying to deal with the flank. They have to try to kill Blamef quickly, otherwise they can't deal with the players on the side. Not at the same time. And there goes the smoke. The side start to have some pressure here. There goes the defuse as well.
Yeah, he should full stick it.
And the full stick is gonna work. Complexity 11-1. Good job, Complexity. They are playing really well on this CT side so far. They're making really good decisions when they are in bad spots. In chaotic spots, they're also controlling the chaos in a way which allows them to have a workable position to find advantage. And otherwise, they are just outplaying Evil Geniuses. Evil Geniuses cannot find value out of their defaults. Enough value, that is.
That could have been even stronger for Complexity if, with the timing of Blamef far away when EG made the play, but ultimately it was a strong position. Molotov into connector, we've got the boost, we've got the smoke, and we have control. A common occurrence for Complexity has been control in this game of Overpass so far. They HE off the door to short B, which makes it very nervous for EG to lurk in that short B position. Oh no, it hasn't blown the door off actually. That's kind of weird. But CTs are doing that because it makes it harder for the T sides to lurk in the short B position if they don't have control of connector.
This time EG able to take map control a little bit quicker. And that's a dry peek into Shazam.
Yeah.
That's a big kill.
Seems a little bit desperate.
I
in
think
some
you gotta peek
senses.
that a little bit better. And I think you gotta expect Shazam to have an op somewhere in A. Now they still don't have full long control, and they're kind of forced here to just go B.
And you have 3 smokes and a flash. That's all the utility they have in the world. Complexity holding on to a few flashes themselves. They are starting to dump some. That's a nice flick from Breeze. Pushing forwards onto the A site, has control of that, and the rotation comes, but there's still... Well, there was a man in the bathroom, Steph, but he gets taken down by Ethan immediately. 3v3 on the site, but time is of the essence, and Shazam cannot stop that. Caught out. And a frag.
Oh, Shadow spotted just in the gap of the smoke, and that makes it very devastating situation for Evil Geniuses, and he's close Tarek, but he's not close enough. Evil Genius is trying really hard just to double their score, but they are failing time and time again. That was a close one, but again, the round goes the way of Complexity once more. They're doing a good job, Complexity, of lurking from T-long to toilets. Death gets taken out early this time, but still the round goes their way. We're seeing more bomb plants from Evil Geniuses, but Complexity are still turning things around.
Yeah, again, they're always doing something on the map, even if they're playing somewhat passively. You know, I'm enjoying the fact that they're trying to make plays, and they're trying to make plays that are as impactful as possible with as little risk as possible, or they're making them the plays as safe as possible. You see the connector play gives them information, they've got the boost, they're safe against rush timings, they understand the pacing of Complexity and how they can position around the map, having more players towards certain areas which might be hotter than others at certain timings. And here's a change of pace, speaking of which, from Evil Geniuses. They'll start to run up long with Tarek and Breeze, trying to catch Complexity out.
Pop flash for Tarek. Blamef turns around, and again, that's an important position taken away. It has been very strong for Complexity, but that's the first one they lose in this round. Obo, got to be careful. There's a flashbang, but I'm not sure if he was spotted there.
Wow.
Maybe just at the end. There's so many small windows where Can't really tell if Ethan saw something or not, but it's nothing he can really capitalize on. They have short B. There'll be a smoke to take a lot of angles away, sitting on the bridge. Information play from Def now. That will be heard by Evil Geniuses, whose patience may just pay off. Again, Blamef getting taken down early might make the CTs nervous. Therefore, sit in a very forward position. It's a one and done spot, but one may be all that's required. The bomb short B, 2 lurkers towards A though for EG, and the clock is starting to run low.
Oh, Blamef got taken down, couldn't find a flank, but Def certainly will. He has garnered the attention of Mr. Breeze, but Def might die by somebody else's hand, but not before getting another kill. No, this is not good for Breeze. Eventually he's going to take him down, but has Def done too much damage? We'll find out soon as the retake begins.
Oh, really unlucky for Obo. Landing that one most of the time, trying to be patient, but was not rewarded, and that might dramatically change the nature of things. Indeed, it will. Shazam looks like he's backing away. Would be very expensive to throw this AWP away. Note that he walks away rather than runs. This is really helpful for Evil Geniuses. I mean, they can only get 3 rounds on the board now. They've broken the money of complexity with 1 round to go. That is quite unfortunate. It is a modern tragedy. Poems will be written, maybe even a simile. Perhaps they can get 3 rounds in this half. Very important. Shazam holds on to the AWP, but how unfortunate for Obo. Who knows what may have happened with a man advantage. Wasn't to be, however. History has been written. The ink is dried for round number 14. Maybe he can drop a FAMAS.
And Def almost with the heroic flank. Easy just getting him in time. And if I'm Def there and I'm sitting pushed all the way deep into short like that, I'm thinking that it's going to be B. I mean, you have all of short. I mean, there is a chance they're in bathroom and long, but I'm sitting there. I think if they do go A, he has the quick big flank. So and instead, Complexity thought it was A, and they over-rotated, leaving B open.
Flick doesn't connect for Def, and down he goes. Blame it for the UMP. It's a really bad spot for him. That's a great angle for Tariq. I'm not sure if Blame even saw the peak. Shazam answers by party with the information of the AWP known. They will push into the B bomb site. Evil Geniuses looking for number 3. This time Shazam has to go for it. And the numbers are worse. 1 versus 4 now. An extra player to defend with for EG versus the end of the last round. Ethan swings, and there it is. 3 rounds on the board. A shocking start to Overpass for Evil Geniuses, and the pistol will be crucial. The pistol comes very shortly after this break.
Up your game. 128-tick service for the smoothest, most responsive gaming experience ever. Ensure you game seamlessly with our state-of-the-art FACEIT anti-cheat. Track your progress with advanced stats within your community, country, or region. This is the true ranked experience. Sign up now at FACEIT.com.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Nobody's gonna understand why you still feel the way you do. Even on my lonely days.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Do not adjust your sets. Complexity are indeed ruffle stomping evil geniuses right now. And it's going to be interesting to see if they can close it out. And the pistol is where that begins. If evil geniuses want to get a look into this game, which they absolutely can. It starts with some headshots here, and Cirque will take the first peek here towards the fountain. Meanwhile, Complexity creep in the undergrounds. Through connector. And I'm curious where they're going to go. I think with
Those
bomb
odds
drops.
cannot be right.
Yes, they are, James. Because it's for the map.
I've said map 2. Yeah, I know, but Evil Geniuses were a heavy favourite there.
Yeah, that was map 2, my bad.
Yeah, okay, those are map 2 odds. Just to make sure people are clear on that. Let's see what happens in map 1, however.
Yeah.
Very tense situation. 4 sets of Kevlar per side. Breathe, trying to track, gets there in the end. Keeps that man advantage up for EG. So needed, this pistol round win for EG. That much is obvious. Flash into the B-bomb site. Now it's 3 versus 3. Now it's 3 versus 2. Now it's keeps changing. Obo trying to find the target. There we go, but Ethan gets that final headshot. Much needed for EG, and they deliver that necessary pistol round. There's no bomb plant. There's no bomb plant. Do you know what that means? It means there ain't no Kriegs unless Obo drops one.
Yeah, they could just full save and just like run and die somewhere. And just get a much better buy next round. So I don't think it's even worth investing almost anything in into this round. We get 1 deagle, that's it. I think that's acceptable.
Yeah, can't really ask for much on these full saves. You just want to kind of hold, try to burn some clock, maybe draw some utility. And Complexity, they had the right call last round. They tried to take short with the pop flash, but they just weren't able to get out and get those trades.
Five-man on road. Obo leading the charge. And they start to stream in. There's the deagle loss. The numbers barely getting through the smoke, all blocking each other. And it goes as it should. They invest minimal and they get minimal. But now it's time to buy. They've got 7 chances to extend their lead. Well, yeah, I suppose. Actually, just ignore everything I just said. Dan, speak.
Well, we do get the full buy as full as you can have from Complexity after that full save. And one of the things about getting the 1 deagle as well is, which is kind of cool, is you do get some killing potential, and you don't necessarily need full nades in this round. It depends what kind of round you're going to call. But we'll have the aggression with some HEs from Evil Geniuses and a quickly fall back. I love that's a double HE setup. You can see that Complexity waited for the timing too for nades to come in, so that's very smart and shows that they are prepared for their opponent. They don't take any nade damage, so that money was effectively a waste for EG. Going for the boost there, just checking divider. It's working on basic map control here. This is Complexity just running a default rush passive towards monster, just keeping a check on that. 2-man setup in the bathrooms for EG. This is where the round can begin or end for them. A good trade. Stan does not want more fights here.
Ooh, Obo hesitated very late on the push, trying to limit the variance of the situation, and it seems it's going to work out. Stan suggesting a forward play. Will make 2. He'll get taken out though. Falling to pieces for Evil Geniuses on their CT side now. Complexity still looking for gamble plays from Evil Geniuses, and pretty much everything is at this point. When you're 2 versus 4, there is no good play to make. Everything is high risk. Tarek's just waiting to play against the bomb plant, and he may be making the best choice of them all, because there are 20 seconds and Complexity are almost miles away from these bomb sites. Now this is really getting scary. If one bomb planter gets taken out, that could change everything. Obo with a huge entry though, and that will shut down everything. 10 seconds to plant a bomb, no one has to challenge it. But that is a really scary time.
And Complexity there, I think they were very fortunate to have that flash hit that person in locker room. If that flash wasn't there, I think Def, you wouldn't have had that sound cue to know exactly where to look. A really great flash. And unfortunate for EG that actually tagged someone, and then Stanislaw just left in a really bad spot. But Evil Geniuses, you know, when you have SMGs like that, you got to take a risk and play close. It just doesn't work out. And Complexity, they nice clean, pretty much. Well, they have 4 members alive. Nice clean win round. Able to carry over all these rifles.
Terrorists win.
And for EG, Cirque does have op money. And yep, they're gonna switch him out. So I'm gonna look for Cirque to make a play here. They have to make a stand. It's 13-5. They must win this round. This is a must win if they want any chance to come back.
Well, what do? They don't have the max utility, which is not the best. They're definitely fighting massively from behind here in many respects. So go fast towards Fountain. Get that peek in with the flash. Gets a tag onto Shazam. Great flick. However, still so much to be done. Complexity may be thinking about a B round here. They have 3 towards Monster, at least early. I'm not sure if they're looking for a push or exactly what they were after. They will disperse and start working at a later timing towards the bathrooms. Pretty interesting way to run the default. You know, you quickly place 3 players in a spot for 10-15 seconds at the beginning of a round just to check for stuff, and then you go and fall into your default afterwards, which definitely offsets the timing that EG might expect.
1 minute on the clock.
That M4 spray gives some information to Complexity to know that there's 1 deep in bathroom.
Now what is their focus? Still very passive before they investigate towards long. 45-second mark. Not shy of a slow run, but with no lurker towards the B bomb site, with no possession of short B at present. They have to wonder how many players may be on the A bomb site. Very long smoke towards the end of long. 28 seconds on the clock. They're playing this so late. Not even beyond divider at the moment. EG waiting, seeing grenade after grenade towards the A bomb site. There's a pop flash for Stan. He's blinded, he swings though, almost getting 2. That's so much information for the radar. 12 seconds, and they're still not close enough to the site. Cirque forced back, however, considering re-peaking. Rush with the jeweled bombs on the floor. 5 seconds, it's too late to win this round. Taken way too long. Way too long. Turns everything into a panic. We know many teams like a late round, but it is a hard art to master.
In the first round, we've seen a blunder from Complexity. They had the right idea. They were able to get pretty fast map control, and they held on to 4 smokes. So we're definitely planning on finishing A. Just couldn't transition fast enough. And then Stanislaw getting that flash peek in divider and being able to clear that and get all the info that Complexity's hitting A.
Lining up the grenades towards the jump peak again. 1, 2, and 3, but it's a different peak. We see this peak more commonly, it's more audible, but it avoids the grenades. Ovo swinging, not looking deep to his left though. Can they overwhelm on the B bomb site?
Well, it doesn't look like that's the case so far. Pretty solid for playing behind the smoke. He's there though, but they still can't do anything about it. So it's looking like this is kind of flat from Complexity, all things after all is said and done. Oh, he's done some damage here. 1 versus 2 all of a sudden with those 2 quick kills. He has the bomb on his back, but he's unfortunate to get found by Stan on that rotation upper. And the comeback trail begins. Evil Genius is up to 7 now. And I'm sure they're starting to build some confidence as well. Triple HE, so might see the HE's tossable that boost the or the jump peak again.
They need to build some bank. Evil Geniuses, not just confidence. Yes, we're seeing a change in the jump peak approach, maybe due to the introduction. I think it was FaZe who started doing this, or at least I noted it first from FaZe some months ago. I think it's Karrigan era FaZe. You'd have the HEs towards the sandbags. They've been held on to for the time being. Rush outside Monster. 3 short B. Are these going towards the barrels, maybe? The lineup would suggest so. There we go. It is a barrels play. 2 and a third, but again, they don't really find the right time to do it. EG playing weird positions, avoiding a lot of these grenades, these air strikes. That's the utility gone. It's boost time. FlameF needs to stand. So Def doesn't have to crouch. Double jump, in fact. Up he goes. Sound was made, but not the worst thing in the world. They've seen the grenades already. But again, EG not showing to these angles. Def not being given much of anything.
They can just wait. And like Ron says, the utility will slowly diminish. Although at some point you have to pressure out some, which is beginning to happen.
And if you're a teen, you really have not much money here. You can wait till 30 seconds, and then in that aside, just kind of explode and hope to get lucky. But they gotta move on. They have 15 seconds now. Okay, so here they go. They're gonna make their final push. And that's 2 kills. That's 3, and this is a bomb plant.
Okay, now it's on. Shazam, oh, it looks like he's going to get challenged! Lands another one, and he goes forward. He knows he doesn't have time, tries to find the frag, but he has done immense damage, steals the orb. That's very damaging. It's very, very damaging to Evil Geniuses.
That's his full buy.
Oh my god.
With the money he lost from losing by timeout, he gains even more than that from picking up the AWP. Pistol God Shazam spoke about it at the beginning of the first half, and here he is. And again, we said they had to build their money, Evil Geniuses, and that was a colossal failure. If they lose a round, their loss bonus is minimal, then they have no money, and they are 2 rounds away from defeat. This is a very bad situation for EG.
Yeah, couldn't really be all that worse at this point. Like this though, Tarek going for the bench push. It's definitely quite strong, especially if you have the orb support, but one thing too, and I wonder if Evil Geniuses will pull away before there's any traffic towards that position. Complexity have been quite... There's been a few defaults where they are late to activate around Fountain. And although, having said that, their pacing and actual taking a position has always been good too. So it's a good pick around connector. Now Tarek's been discovered. He's found the bomb as well. Oh, spotting Cirque. That is very dirty stuff from Shazam, and now comes a hobo around the back. He spotted Tarek. Shazam was not in a position to pinch onto Tarek though. They do rescue the bomb, and to B they go.
Rush swings onto the site. Breeze has got the angle. He'll get deleted immediately. 45 seconds on the clock. Def's got all of 4 HP, and Molotov could be fatal if Tarek is able to get into position. There's a long rotation from EG though, so there's an opportunity for Complexity, at least to plant the bomb. You can see Tarek's basically, stands basically in CT spawn. Tarek in the toilet, so they're still unsure as to what is going on. And Breeze could get taken by surprise. Will they wait for the smoke to go? They won't. Def looking to the left-hand side. Breeze not peeking just yet. Playing the numbers instead. The fake plant is absolutely fatal. There were chances, but how were they to know Evil Geniuses were still looking on both sides? And then they made it to 9.
I thought that the original idea was that it would be a fake plant, for the orb to be... Who had the orb? Was it Shazam?
Def.
Def? So that Def could actually just hold the angle towards the water in case Breeze had to reposition there.
And that's a nice aggressive play from Evil Geniuses, getting close, taking Fountain, getting the information connector. So they made the right read, expecting Complexity was going to do some kind of slow default. Now we see Evil Geniuses coming alive. They understand they have to step their game up. And now suddenly all the pressure's back on Complexity. Their lead slowly dwindling down.
Rush going back, but it's not a duel he could take with a Mac 10. But he needs to show presence that there are still people towards the B bomb site. But it's not really the original plan, so... Or maybe they will just have to play off of this. Obo in connector. So I guess, well, it's a fast decision from Complexity. We've been seen running away from B, therefore we must go to B. Rush in first, deleted immediately, and Breeze with the final bullet will take Blame F out. And Obo is left in a 1 versus 5, getting shot through the corner, through the wood panels. Great spray from Ethan, finishes him off face to face. And Evil Geniuses have made it from 12-3, from 3-12 even to 9-13. Complexity suffering similar issues to that of EG in the first half.
And we'll see what the next plan. Still a lot of room for Complexity to work with. Although, as you say, things are tightening up now. Maze coming out towards Fountain. Will do some damage. Cirque with the lineup. Gets himself a double. Smoke drop to slow down the progress of Complexity. The numbers, the integrity of numbers has been compromised, making this much harder to make work. Playman still able to get the kill though. A double dink. Can't get anything else out of this though. Another couple kills would be amazing. Got to be wary of the flank timing. You can see that that's been covered for now. Oh, actually it wasn't. There goes the run towards long. So, what is the plan here? Well, I guess there isn't one at this point. Breeze will take all the plans away.
And if I'm Complexity, you gotta take a timeout here. You gotta slow it down. Take 30 seconds to take a breather and kind of offset this timing and the pace. So now Complexity, they do have pretty much a full buy. They haven't been able to get full map control. Similar to story of Evil Genius's first half, they weren't able to get full map control.
I wonder if their timing will improve somewhat if they go for the same approach as that late round towards A. There's a pop flash for Party when you're forced to smoke the Molotov. And it's part of the usual process, if you will. There's some good videos from MIBR on YouTube explaining that situation. Pop flash for Stan to swing. Look at the support, absolutely beautiful. Shuts down long for a time, but Shazam is able to recover. He's carrying the bomb. Tarek will stay in situ. Shazam, a quick look at what's on the floor. What he can collect. He can deploy a smoke grenade. He can suggest that 2 people are in this position, but he is carrying the bomb alone, so if there was a play from EG, then he might find himself in trouble.
He's going to find himself back into the bathrooms, and it's like somewhat of a standstill right now for Complexity. They don't have all that much in the way of positioning, just the bathrooms. EG have that 2-man setup. If things get a bit too hairy for Cirque, he might be able to find his way to long, or at least crossfire off of long. Or this is another option, Tarek can go for the flank. Cirque with the shot, flash eye will slow them down. Cirque tries to maintain the attention here as the flank is activated. Tarek slowly maneuvers his way in, and this might just ruin everything. Here he goes. Oh, just disappearing at the wrong time. The bomb's going to be planted. Tarek will eventually get the kill, but now it's down to Rush, and Tarek will finish him off. So another round for EG, and now Complexity, you start to get extremely worried.
They can buy again, though, with that bomb plant 4200.
And beautiful flash there. Stanislaw realizing there's a timing that he could get crept upon. Takes a shot, gets her attention, and swings out.
That was a devastating play. Cirque creeping with the AWP. I like the awareness to plant the bomb on truck. No guarantee that there isn't a flank, only Cirque really showing presence on the A bomb site. That's 2 question marks. Molotov to the short B position. Stan's turn to deliver a pop flash for a teammate. And Cirque will take out Shazam. Blind, but he delivers a kill regardless. Death goes down soon afterwards. Not a great start to this round for Complexity. Blamef waiting for a peak of some description, but all of a sudden, a minute 30 on the clock, and it's a 2 versus 5. This is a disaster.
Yes, it is another disaster. Seemingly it's getting worse and worse for Complexity. Interestingly, I don't think we've seen that sort of desperation for these fast B rounds from them just yet. Perhaps they think that it's not going to work. A 2v5 on Overpass, what do you do here? It's so rough, isn't it? Freeze with the cream. Oh, Ovo knows his angles, it seems. 13-13, and now EG have tied it up. They have won an extraordinarily large amount of rounds on this half now.
Now we're really getting to see what, you know, EG, a top 5 team in the world, top 4, I think, on the rankings, what they're capable of. And Complexity, I'm still waiting for that timeout. There's too many rounds that have passed. They need to slow things down. I don't know. Even though it's 30 seconds, you gotta try something here. You gotta cool your teammates down.
Person B with the CZs.
Oh, it's the right kind of smoke as well. The shallow smoke, if you will. Breeze good for one. Is this the right swarm for Complexity? Still trailing in. That monster smoke, just a 1 frag. They have run out of steam. Complexity on their T side. They have been really struggling towards the A bomb site. Two of their recent buy rounds, they've been blown up pretty quickly, and there's the tactical timeout you were looking for. Now they have lost a quite sizable lead.
Yep.
And what can you say? This is an impressive performance from EG. Complexity, they haven't found any openings. They haven't really had a chance to get the bomb down with a decent position. They're always outnumbered.
Is that 9 rounds in a row they've won, Evil Geniuses?
Yep.
9 rounds in a row.
Yeah, it's definitely quite scary. Complexity have to find a solution. Much as EG struggled on the first half, Complexity now struggle more. It feels like they struggle more, at least. So if we go over the top once again with the orb, looking for the pick. And he spots just a pixel. Can't find the connection he needs. That is definitely a good outcome for Complexity. I felt like Cirque was going to get that one. Sewers control for Complexity, so that if they want to make a play into B, they have that. Stan just checks party, so he knows, or rather, sorry, the playground. So he knows that there's pretty much no one towards the A side of the map, and that is all B right now.
Yeah, this is a huge problem. You can see Shazam is just lurking with a passive position. Blamef with the boost, and Cirque is their top connector. They are contained still. Complexity, yes, they have a frag, but they don't have any position that's not unknown. There's no question marks really for EG. Stan moves into a more forward position. These are the kind of plays I was talking about from Stanislaw. The aggression on the CT side, the awareness is absolutely crushing. In a round which could put Evil Geniuses on game point. He hears those footsteps and he delivers a kill to Shazam. This is a difference. That is a perfect example of a difference that he brings. Not the difference, but one of them to this squad.
Yeah, having the nerve to take that risk of pushing, but getting all the information and staying cool and then finishing with the kills.
Yeah, it's so awesome, especially because he gives info to Cirque. And Cirque knows that his back is fine, he can just peek into connector. It's a really strong angle, but you often don't have the confidence to stand there unless you have the clearance that Stanislaw got for him. So he gets to stand there, he gets to make that pick. Stan realizes exactly the predicament of Complexity, that Complexity simply cannot just walk into B. They've got to try to attract some kind of attention on the A side of the map just because Complexity know that EG know. And you can't let that happen. Just gives them the time to move into forward positions. It's beautiful stuff. Complexity, it's the last chance. Oh, I thought they were going to win this map, and here goes Stan once again. More aggression. It's a 1-for-1 though. That actually might help Complexity significantly.
Yeah, I'll take that trade.
We see Ethan creeping in a short B position with a smoke in the short B tunnel. He won't overstay his welcome, however, so that information will be fresh only for a time.
They're only
4v4, but they're so slow once again. In minute 10, for me, I feel like Complexity are still at the advantage, despite it being traditionally for the T side with the numbers as they are.
And with only 2 flashes remaining, I'm not sure how they're going to get past Cirque. They're going to need some smokes or some mollies to finish.
How long do they wait for a peek? Because they're not going to get one. Not inside the toilets with the setup of EG at long. That jump has to be heard. The footsteps certainly are. And now there is a push towards the site. All the flashes have gone. They ring the bell of Cirque, but he's still alive, and that's a giant problem. Again, he can go towards the back steps and just hold across towards Optimus. Tarek will get one. Is he good for another one, though? How do they deal with this? This is buying time for the rotation, the pre-fire. Shazam taken out. The bomb by the truck, the taps. That's a wrap. Evil Geniuses complete the comeback to take Overpass 16-13. Just a 1 round for Complexity on their T half.
Yeah, really impressive from EG to be able to pull that one off. Just great nerve. It's something that, you know, we credited Astralis for so many times. The ability to have a terrible start, be down, you know, maybe it's 10 rounds in a row or something, and then just grind it out. Just grind it out, come back. I think EG, they know how good they are as well. That really helps. And, you know, Complexity on that first half, they played some really strong Counter-Strike.
Amazing CS.
And they're a new team, so the T sides are quite different to the CT sides.
Yeah. And although if you're a Complexity fan and this is the last thing you want to see, I mean, we still got to see some brilliance on that first half. That was an excellent first half. And if you're an EG fan, you love to see this, to see them step up to the challenge and perform an almost impossible comeback. I mean, I would have never expected this kind of turnaround.
Yeah, considering, you know, the pistol round and how close the pistol round was, it's a 1v1. That goes the other way to Complexity. EG probably don't come back. You know, it's very, very likely. But here it is, and Stanislaw at the top of the table with Breeze, I think, expected. Stan had a pretty enormous impact.
Yeah, we see a team effort there. All 5 members with 2k plus damage.
Not too shabby. Yeah. And we move on to Mirage Inferno as the second map in this Best of 3 series. A big comeback from Evil Geniuses, a true test of a team who deserve a top ranking in Counter-Strike for sure, to be able to turn things around like that. And we'll see if they can make it a 2-0 now, as they have before versus this team after the break.